Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sherry Horner and there is a plane flying over at this very moment, so maybe you can see it way up there. Anyway, we live near an airport, so there is often a plane flying over. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sherry Horner and this channel is for women over 50 navigating and embracing the second phase of life. So today I just wanted to give you another quick garden tour. Again, it's my second year gardening. Everything is still an experiment. I don't know quite what I'm doing, but some things turn out really well. So yeah, I'll just give you a quick tour and I hope you enjoy it. And leave a comment below if you are gardening or trying to anything new in your garden. Let me know how it's working, and thanks for subscribing. And I will catch you on the next video, but I just want to give you a quick tour of what's happening in my garden. I am so pleased with how these wildflowers and cosmos have turned out. I started them in the winter sowing jugs, and I did the zinnias in a separate jug, but I also did the cosmos in a separate jug. But these wildflowers over here, I just used the wildflower seeds, threw them in a jug, and this is what happened. So I got these. If you know what those are, comment below. I got those and some other ones out of that jug, and I just put them in that flower box over here. And then cosmos, and then the zinnias, and then the coneflower. I grew this last year from seed and I put it in this box, but it did nothing. And I think because I had a sunflower there and the sunflower kind of just took over, but it bloomed this year. So comment below if you know coneflowers, when you grow them from seed, do they bloom the first year or do they wait a year before they bloom? So and then this flower I purchased, and then there's some creeping Jenny down here, which I don't know if it's getting too much water or not enough sun, but my friend gave me the creeping Jenny. I have it in 2 other places and it's doing really well, but that one looks like it needs a little something. Comment below if you know what it needs. But this is also a hidden secret because you can't see it from the front of the garden. And these are also petunias that I bought, but that I grew the zinnias from seed. And then down here is a little meditating fox that my friend Janice gave me. So I put him down there because it's a pleasant surprise when I walk out of my greenhouse, and then I see him down there, and it's kind of a good treat. Just like when I see the rabbits, the bunnies running around my garden. It's really fun to see them too. But I'm very excited about, mentioned this in another video, this jazzberry petunia. It came back from last year. I put the pot in the greenhouse for the winter and it came back. So my dahlias are blooming. And then once again, these sunflowers I had last year, and they're just starting to bloom. I don't know if you can see the one. Let's see if we can get up there and see. See a little bit of it. Okay, so one is blooming. But these came back from last year. They actually, I have cucumbers here. I got a late start on the cucumbers this year. I had a lot going on. So the cucumbers are, plants are really small. But the sunflowers started growing in these boxes. I guess the seeds fell over from last year, blew over into those boxes, but early on I transplanted them into these black raised beds where they belong. And then here are my 2 blueberry and a blackberry bush that my son and daughter-in-law and grandkids gave me. But those are going in the ground. I just don't know where yet. But I'm just so excited about these flowers. It's just so nice to look at them from a distance. Now, I have a lot of lettuce that has gone to seed, but I leave it there because it just really enhances the beauty of my garden. And I clip it down and take handfuls and take them to the backyard by the shed and let the bunnies eat them. So let me know if that's good to feed the bunnies. I do have marigolds in here to keep them from eating the lettuce when it was good for me to pick and eat. But now I just feed the bunnies. And then over here, my petunias that I grew from seed are looking so big. And in this circle, I have sweet potatoes. It hasn't, it's not so productive. It's kind of an experiment. We'll see what happens. But I just planted some watermelon over here just because the vine is so pretty and it will fill up that circle. And just, it really looks pretty from a distance. So I'm growing the watermelon just for the looks, not for the melons. Last year we did, in the other side of the garden, grow some watermelons, and I have plants growing over there too that I started from seed. And here's peppers. I do have two hot pepper plants that my daughter gave me, and I stuck those in there. We'll see how those turn out. More sunflowers that haven't started blooming yet. And then tomatoes. I did buy those plants last year. I grew tomato plants from seed. This year I bought them. Again, a little behind on gardening, but this is my prize possession right there. I love that big yellow dahlia. Let me know if you love dahlias as much as I do. How pretty. And then there's another purple one. So this is the beauty of these flowers. I just love it. And like I said, it looks really good from a distance, and I love to look out the window and see all the lush green and pinks and yellows. And so over here is the watermelon plants. You can see them growing. I'm gonna have to come out here and get the weeds taken care of quite often. And then here's more of the petunias that I grew from seed. This is my hibiscus bush that I've had for 3 years now. And I just pulled that planter into the greenhouse, which is not heated, but I just pull it in there for the winter and it comes back. So this is the second bloom. So the good thing about hibiscus is so pretty, but then the bad thing is that the blooms fall off like every other day, but then more will come. So in this planter I had some I thought was cone flowers, but it was something else, and they just weren't doing well. They didn't look well, so I dug them out. I stuck another sunflower in there, and we'll see how that goes. Plus I popped some seeds in there. I don't know if it's too late for them to grow, but I'm hoping they will grow nice and big. There's the petunias and the watermelons. So over here, I transplanted these. I started them at seed. And this is my potting station, so it's a little messy over here. And they outgrew the pot they were in, so I moved them here. And they're next to my favorite chair that I like to sit in and look at my garden from a distance. My mums, I mentioned these before. I started with 3 last year and I propagated them, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I've already propagated another dozen and hoping they will grow just as big. So those are going to go in the ground in the fall. I just don't know where. And then some, I think those are impatiens. Comment below if you know what those are. So thank you again for joining me on my little garden tour, and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for subscribing and being a part of this community. So I have more of the sunflowers over here against this wall, and this is a mixture. There were 2 that were the volunteers from the garden, and the rest I grew from seed, and they are different color sunflowers. So come back in a future video so you can see what they look like. But I started them here, and then a couple on the end were the sunflowers that I grew from a little pod. If you watched another video, you might have seen the little pod that my friend got me, and I got like 10 sunflowers out of that one little pod. You just add water and then watch it grow. So moving up into my deck, I have my beautiful cosmos that I absolutely love, and those were started in the jugs. And these also were, these are petunias, but these were the seeds that I bought. Those of you that have heard me talk about this before, I bought these expensive seeds because I wanted this aesthetic of the hot pink with trimmed in green, and this is what I got. So, you know, I was disappointed that I didn't get what I wanted, but again, plan B, it turned out really good, but they're overgrowing these pots, and we'll have to put them in a bigger pot. And again, I have a petunia over here, and this is Petunia Bordeaux, another one of my favorites. Absolutely love it. And then another deeper purple petunia down here. This citronella plant, it flowers. The one flower has fallen off already, but it's a really pretty pink flower. That's why I love it, because it fights mosquitoes, but it also looks very pretty too. And then the hydrangea needs a little housekeeping. You get rid of the bloom that's dying, and more cosmos back there. So behind the swing, I have my favorite lemongrass, which also fights the mosquitoes, and more of those petunias. I had 200 of those seeds. I threw them in jugs, and not all 200, but to see what would happen. And up here I have rosemary, and I think that's vinca. I'm not sure what that is, but and then this rosemary looks a little dried out. I might have to replace that. But this flower I put up here because it doesn't require a lot of soil. I kind of wanted to put some petunias or something up there that would drape down, but if the pot gets too heavy, it falls down. So I had to go with something lightweight, and the rosemary fights off mosquitoes. The petunia adds some color, and the lemongrass fights mosquitoes. So I really love it. So over here on the other side is more of the petunias. I have to do so much housekeeping, but in a future video I will show you the herbs and things that I'm working on the other side of the deck. So if I could only have one plant, I think it would be this lemon verbena. It smells so good, and if you move it and then smell your hand, it smells like lemon when the wind blows. It's so sweet, refreshing lemon scent. Okay ladies, thank you all. Thank you so much for joining me on my little garden tour. Again, my garden tours in the past, I feel like were so much, well, I want to say better, because everything was exactly how I wanted it before I took you on a tour. Today there's so much still needs to be done, some maintenance, some cleanup, some declutter, but thank you again for joining me on my journey, my little tour through the garden. I have more projects I'm working on, the area around the fish pond that you might have seen in my previous videos. Thank you again for subscribing. Encourage your friends, ladies over 50, to join our community. Remember, you don't have to be 50 or female to watch the videos. And I just, again, want to encourage you to try something new. Start where you are with what you have. Go after that bucket list. Learn that foreign language. Try piano lessons. Write that book. Do what has been on your bucket list for a while. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks again for watching. and subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. It helps YouTube push it out there to more people so they can see it as well. Thank you so much.